Thank you.
Cool. Thank you guys for coming. Who wants to kick us off? Anyone? Simon?
Oh, thank you. Where did I go?
Hi, Alex. When you've got a game like this where qualifications decided, top space is decided, how hard is it to get the team motivated for it?
First of all, we're always playing for our badge. We're always playing for our fans, and it doesn't matter which competition it is. It could be friendly game or whatever. We're always trying to represent our club in the best way. So that's why we're gonna try to show our best performance tomorrow.
Is it important as well, given the defeat of the weekend, to try and get some momentum back, particularly when you've got a game at Anfield next week?
Well, it's not easy, to lose the games, but it's the most important thing, I would say, how to react on the next one. And of course, we need to bounce back, and definitely we're gonna try to do our best to do it. We have an amazing team, and we're also keeping in our minds that we have a lot of games ahead of us, but we're trying to stay on our feet, and we're trying to work hard, like every day, I would say, and let's see what's gonna happen.
And just on a different note, I wanted to ask you about Nico Jovio, is someone you know from Manchester City, now at Arsenal. He's obviously turned Arsenal this season to the #1 for set-piece goals in the Premier League. I just wonder if you could give an insight into how he's done that and what he's like as a coach that makes him so effective.
Oh, he's amazing, honestly. Amazing professional, amazing person as well, and you can see it, every single day at training ground, the way he works. He's absolutely a professional in terms of everything, and he's working so hard. He's trying to improve us on set pieces, and we're learning.
Alex, just to keep on that theme about Nico, had you ever worked with a set-piece coach at any of your clubs before Manchester City, and how much time do you spend on that throughout each week compared to other clubs?
To be fair, I never had a set-piece coach. Obviously, no. Before City, I never had in my life, and I think today in modern football it's so important. Because any set piece can make the difference, during the game. It could be 0-0, and then the last moment you can get a corner and you can score from it. So you just need to be fully focused on each set pieces, and it's not about just free kicks or corners or penalties. It's also throw-ins. So that's why we're trying to improve in all these directions.
It's one of those things that people always say that players don't like doing the set-piece training because there's a lot of standing around. But, you've seen at Everton this year how many different variations you had. How does Nico manage to get the players to buy into that so well?
Well, first of all of us, we are professionals, and we're trying to give our best on the pitch. Is it training ground or stadium, whatever. And it's a good question, to be fair, because as a football player, you always wants to move. You always wants to compete and play some games. So I don't know, whatever. And set piece is more like, I would say, about to be focused and just to pay attention on that.
One down here. Yeah.
Hi. Hello, Oleksandr. How was it the year at PSV? How was it for you in your career? And how was it to play together with Luc de Jong? He's still here. You will meet him tomorrow at the pitch.
Well, first of all, that was an amazing experience for me. Very important year in terms of my career. Even, if you look at on the paper, I didn't play much, or I didn't get what I really wanted, before I joined PSV. But honestly, I wouldn't buy this experience anywhere else than this place, because whatever who asked me about PSV, I used to say always a good words, because the place here is absolutely fantastic in terms of everything, football-wise. Living the life, because even since I left PSV, I used to come here for a couple of times, for holidays, because I have few friends here as well. And for such a young player, like I was that time, it's amazing place. So always full stadium, fans, they always love football. Wherever they meet you, they always happy to see you. And, this is, I think, the most important thing for every football player. Luke is amazing professional, honestly. I would say one of the best player playing with his head, You can. I used to call him. It was a bit a joke, but in a good way. I respect him so much, and he's my friend. But I used to laugh with him when you go 1v1 with the keeper, and he is close to you to give him the ball for the empty goal. It's better to chip for his head because the way he plays with his head is absolutely amazing.
Ihsan?
Hi, Alex. In terms of your attacking ability, we've obviously seen that so far this season, and you've received many plaudits for that. However, defensively, there's been some scrutiny in the last few weeks. How do you assess your performances so far this season?
Well, I'm definitely not the guy who's going to judge myself. I have coaching staff, I have manager who's going to describe my games. Obviously, I know that I'm doing mistakes on and off the pitch every single day. I'm learning from it, but the most important that's understanding that all of us, we are human beings, we do mistakes, but the most important is how to react on them. I don't try to repeat them, and at some point, at some moments, I'm losing the concentration. So the thing is, you need to realize where and how to solve these kind of problems and try to avoid it for the future.
And mentally, is it quite hard to deal with all the outside noise? And in terms of a defensive aspect, has it made you a bit more conscious of the defensive side of the game, or is that just outside noise to you?
Well, I'm trying to be focused on the things which I'm doing every single day. I'm trying to improve myself. I'm trying to be a better version of myself, every single day. And then the rest is, honestly, if I'm going to pay attention on some things around me, which is not that important, then I'm going to lose my concentration for sure.
Kaya?
Hi, Alex. There's a few young guys who've travelled with the squad today. I wondered if you could just say a bit about what Ethan, Lino and Ruel have been like in training, what's impressed you about them. And I know you're only 26 yourself, but you're one of the senior players in the squad, one of the leaders. And have you said anything to them to sort of calm them ahead of potentially making their debuts tomorrow?
No, they are amazing, all of them. I can see them almost every single day at training ground. The way they train, the way they're working, they definitely deserve this chance. And hopefully we can see them. Very, very soon on the pitch. From my side, when I was younger, and when someone was giving me any advice, I was really appreciated. There is all of us. We are different, and we're reacting to situation in different ways. Someone maybe might think that someone is trying to teach you that maybe he thinks he is above him or whatever. But I used to react on this kind of advice very, very positive way, because when someone gives you advice with more experience, that means he's paying attention and paying his time for you. So that's why I'm always open for anyone, who is younger than me or whatever. Even now, being at 26, I'm not shy to ask some advice from Jorginho or more experienced players.
And as well as talking to the guys, how important is it to show leadership in the way you play on the pitch and keeping your style going? I know, as Ihsan was focusing on there, maybe there's been a bit of scrutiny on it, but how important is it to you to keep playing your game in the way you keep playing it?
Well, like I said already in the previous question, I would say we and me, as a team and as an individual, we're trying to be the best version we could, and every single day we're trying to work hard on that. And the rest is just don't give up and carry on what you are doing, because in my point, if you have dream and you really want to achieve it, you just have to give it all for it. And if you're not going to achieve it in the end, that means you didn't want this enough. So that's why you just have to be the best version of yourself. That's it.
Sam?
Hi, Alex. sorry for the slightly unusual question, but one of the things that people are talking about in football now is maybe former players could become referees. And I wondered if you wanted to become a referee when you stopped, and if not, why not?
Definitely not. Not me, because I think it's a hard job. Well, don't think I'm gonna look for something easy, right? But well, I don't know, honestly. I don't know my opinion about that. I know that it's a tough job, and I know that there was a lot of pressure around at the moment about referees and all these things. We are all human beings. We can do mistakes, but our job is try to be focused on our performances. That's it.
Guys, we're going to have to stop there because Mikel's just here. So we'll leave you with Mikel. Thank you.
Here?
Yep, you're here. Yep.
Hi, guys.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's well. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll come to you. Is there any questions from Dutch journalists first we'll kick off with? Any Dutch journalists in the room? We'll go back. Yeah. We're having trouble with the lights.
Hello, Mikel. My first question, I was wondering, what could you tell us about Jurriën Timbers, his road to recovery?
Well, he's doing really well. Obviously, he's going through a really significant injury. But he's flying, to be fair, at the stage that he is right now. The way he works every single day is just incredibly satisfying to watch. But unfortunately, we're going to miss him still for a long time.
Yeah, but he is recovering very fast, you said? Or?
Very fast. You know, the first few steps are crucial, you know, for that injury, for the amount of work that they have to do within the knee to be resolved, and they start to have some activity, get the mobility back, and start to build the strength. And especially how the head is throughout that period, I think is in a really good place.
Yeah. Do you also know that he has a very talented twin brother playing at Feyenoord, also plays Champions League?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, the parents, they've done a really good job, I think. Because they are, and I know the brother a little bit, I know the family, really good footballers, but I think two extraordinary kids. And I don't know the rest because they are a big family, but congratulations to the parents.
Did you ever see him play? Or
Sorry?
did you ever see Quinten, his brother, play?
Yeah. Just to make sure we didn't get the one that we didn't want, and we got the right one.
Yeah, yeah, but they played together at Ajax before.
I know.
Maybe
I know the whole story, where they went first, then they moved, so, yeah.
Maybe time for to reunite them next summer?
We are not thinking about that yet.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions from Dutch media? Yeah, one here.
It was a big win against PSV in London, but PSV won all the matches in the Dutch league and made quite an impression. What do you think about their play this season?
Yeah, really impressive. How they play, the consistency, and the way they are winning football matches. They've been extremely dominant, not only this season but last season as well. And huge credit as well to the manager, the coaching staff, and players. What they've done. When you look at the record that they have here, it's incredible. So we're going to have to be really good tomorrow to beat them.
Any more from Dutch media? Or we're going to UK media now. Sam from the Telegraph.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
What can you tell us about the three young players you've brought, Lino, Ruel and Ethan, and if they might have a chance tomorrow?
Well, three big prospects. We want to keep developing players from our system, and they deserve to be here. Obviously, there are circumstances that has brought them into this position. Two of them, Lino has a bit more experience with us. The other two are still really, really, really young. But we want to start to give them some experience because they have the talent, hopefully, to be very close to us. And we'll try to give them the opportunity if we can in the right moment.
Okay, Simon from the Evening Standard. This one here.
Just how hard is it, Mikel, when you're now competing right at the top of the Premier League, you're in the Champions League, to blood young players into a team competing at that level?
Yeah, obviously it gets harder and harder. So the talent has to be really good, and you have to find as well and build a space in the squad to give that talent opportunity. And we should not forget that, because it's a big part of what we want to do in the future. And especially when you have it, you cannot let it go. And I think we have some good space and good talent there to be developed in the right way.
Okay, as the mic's here, we'll go to Jordan from The Athletic.
Mikel, do you think that people on the outside world understand just how good these players need to be to break into Arsenal?
I don't know. I think on TV it looks easier. You know, if one day we give them the trial to train with the boys, probably they will realize. But yeah, the level is really, really high. The demands that the game has got right now are huge, and the competition as well, because you can pick players from anywhere in the world as well, and we have the ability to do that. But I'm very positive with a few that we have at the moment.
You're obviously schooled at La Masia, big culture there of bringing through players, becoming leaders in the first team. Can I just take you back to that time and your experience of transitioning up to the first team? Have you tried to take any of that and implement it at Arsenal as manager?
It was very difficult. The context was very, very different. I used to live in a room with bunk beds. We were 8 of us. It was Pepe Reina, goalkeeper of Barcelona, Victor Valdés, Andrés Iniesta, Thiago Motta, Puyol, myself. So there was huge competition within that room already. We were all like little brothers living with each other, but the competition was fearless. And that's probably what it made us after. So when we have to compete with other players, you are ready. But it's always very tough to put them in the environment to actually put it very close to what they're going to find in the future.
Just going to ask one more, if that's okay. Just, we've seen a lot in recent years about Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal with Flo Balogun selling a player for a lot of money. Do we need to change how we see academies, that they're not just there to produce top players, that even if they go and be sold for money, that's a success now?
But sometimes it's about timing as well, and the competition that they have in their position, and some days as well you develop a lot of midfielders, then strikers, and then you cannot really accommodate all of them, but the club as well has to have the capacity to give a space to those players to grow somewhere else, and it has to be part of that strategy for sure.
Okay, Matt from The Express.
Yeah, Mikel, Emile Smith-Rowe, another opportunity hopefully to build and go forward and not have another setback. I mean, how hard is it for him? And I just wondered, does he have to go into games? He's an England international. He's done all those things before he got injured. Does he have to kind of forget those things and build again from the start? Or is that still within him mentally? How did he deal with all this?
I think what he's been through is part of the experience is that 95% of the footballers have to go, which is difficulties, injuries, setbacks, different kind of performances as well, and that's all in his bag now. If he can use it that in a very powerful way, he will be a much better player, and I think he's in the right path. And the way he's done his rehab, I haven't seen him do it before like he's done it this time. I think you've seen how his teammates reacted to him being back with the team, which is a really positive thing as well. And the moment we can give him chances and start to play, the better we're going to be. So let's hope that that's going to be the case.
Sorry, just on the 3 players that you've brought in, what is it about those 3 players specifically that have earned them their chance? Yes.
Well, first of all, because we have certain needs in certain positions, so we have to pick. We could have brought some others, but we decided because of the necessities that we have and how we might use those players tomorrow, that they were the best ones to bring in.
Gary from The Times.
Mikel, given the context of the game and sort of the fixture congestion you got coming up, would you not have thought maybe to rest and leave some of the senior players back in London? And what was your thinking behind bringing them? Is it that you don't want them separately, the groups to be separate, or is it you actually really think you might actually play them tomorrow?
Well, we have 5 or 6 big injuries, so we are already a bit thin. I don't know in another context what I would have done. But as well, I want everybody together now, and I want everybody together with the mentality to win. And I want to see in the tummy of the players tomorrow that the job technically is done, but the job is not completely done. And our duty as representing Arsenal is to win every game and to tomorrow give a big performance against a team that is going to put things very difficult, like they've shown in the last 2 years here.
Jordan from The Sun.
Hi, Mikel. How much does it energise you as a coach to see these young players? Obviously, you went into management to win things, but also it's to bring through these players and to make them into players.
There's something about them. They walk in the meeting, or you talk to them, and that energy, the eyes are open. It's a lot of enthusiasm. There is something fresh, something new, and I've been there. And the ones that we've been in that position, you feel a huge sympathy for those moments, and everybody wants to help them. I really want to help them to fulfill that dream, and hopefully we can achieve that.
Okay, last two now. We'll go to Isan from the Daily
Hi,
Mail.
Mikel.
Hi.
With Ethan I don't know how to pronounce his surname.
Well,
anyway.
Me either.
Yeah, thank you. He's obviously on this trip with you here. You gave him his Premier League debut last season, and he's still the youngest Premier League player so far. What was it at the time that impressed you, and how has he developed since then?
Something unique that he's got, that I really like from the beginning, is his ability to take the ball in tight areas, to be able to escape a little bit like Jack Wilshere used to do. The personality he has, he trained with us like he trained with under 18s, 16s, and I love that in a player. And he's got that thing between his teeth as well, that he wants to show every single day how good he is and impress people. And when you have someone like that, you have to give him hope. And as well, that was a really important moment for us because we really wanted to keep him. And I think it was a strong sign to him that this was his place to keep developing.
Just in the recent weeks, in terms of the youth players at Arsenal, a number have hit the headlines, like Chido, Obi Martin, who hit 10 goals against the Liverpool youth side, Max Doman, 13, he's playing 2-3 age groups above. How exciting is it for Arsenal to have these young talents that are already, I know it's early days, but they're doing big things already?
Yeah, it is early days, but we need to get the machine going because we want more of those and we have to produce more of those. And there's a lot of work that is going through the academy, and that's big credit to all of them every single day, the amount of work that they put in. So they do a lot and they plant the sheets, and now we have to bring them up.
Okay, finally we'll go to Kaya.
Hi.
Just going to ask about another Hairlander. Bukayo wasn't training earlier today. How is he? Is he okay? It's a foot injury. Was it a long-term thing that you're managing?
No, it's fine. With a few of them, we decided to have another day recovery. It's just 48 hours before, and some of them have played a lot of minutes, so it wasn't worth. We already done what we have to do inside, so it wasn't worth putting them in and exposing them outside today.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. Thanks very much.
Thank you.